Hi everyone, welcome to this very channel. I remain your aspiring footwear professor Peter Shalom Gebe, taking you into the journey of shoe making, that's making a loafer's shoe or a casual shoe. In this very video, we'll be demonstrating how to couple your lining, that's by assembling them through stitching, and also your upper component. In our previous video, we looked into making of the cutting of the upper material, as well as cutting the reinforcement and also attaching the reinforcement to the upper material. But in this one today, we'll be looking at the stitching of the lining and also assembling the upper without a reinforcement, because we have two kind of materials that we're using: the upper material that needs reinforcement and the upper material that does not need reinforcement. There's one basic thing about them, which is the assembling, attaching of the lining. If you note in our previous video, maybe if you have not checked through, you can just go back to our previous video and see on how to assemble our upper with reinforced material. So in this one here, we're focusing on the upper that does not have a reinforcement. When we talk about reinforcement, we're talking about an additional material that is added to a light upper to make it thicker or stronger. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do well to click on the subscribe button as well as the notification button to be notified on our content. Right now, this is what we call stitching the counter and the van part of the lining. As soon as we're done with that, we'll now move into the section of the upper before coupling our upper. The essence of this video is to keep you updated and to give you an insight on how to go about coupling the upper, that's from the assembling to the final upper ready for lasting. So right now we'll now move into the next part, which is stitching of the upper. If you can see from the patterns, everything about the design is from the pattern. So if you notice that the pattern will have all allowances given to it so that you will not go off. That is the essence of the pattern. Remember, we have an additional allowance at the back part where we can stitch it together. Right now, we're going to stitch the back part together and apply adhesive, then open it from the inside. Don't forget that we also skive the material because of the thickness so that it can be able to level up. Okay, it's one of the most important thing we do with our leathers. So right now, we'll stitch it. We'll now fold it inwardly with the help of adhesive. After you do that, you can hammer it on as well, or you can just fold it back, then attach your back strap. The design will be carrying what we call the back strap. Now let's apply adhesive to our upper material, that's from the back part, so that we can be able to fold it inwardly. Then we'll also apply adhesive on the back strap. Not necessary that we apply an excess adhesive when dealing with uppers. It's more of to help you tag them. There are uppers that you don't even need adhesive to stitch them, but the essence of the adhesive is to help you tag them properly and have a good bond with the upper material, especially when you're using leather or some wax synthetic, popularly known as PNs in Nigeria, but it's actually wax synthetic. So this is the kind of material you can be using. There are some material like denim material, you might not necessarily need adhesive as well. The importance of adhesive is to help you hold them temporarily together. The stitching does the permanent holding or sticking together. because the essence of stitching is to hold your material together. There are different kind of stitches. Some are functional, some are decorative, but in terms of assembling an upper, you are dealing with what we call the functional stitching. Like the one we just did now is we stitch the back part to hold them together. It's actually a functional kind of stitching. Now I apply just a drop of adhesive, a little bit, then also attach our back strap, then we now stitch it as well. From the center line, I carefully attach my back strap way down to the bottom. Then we'll now stitch it over. After we do that, that is when we now move into the next section, which will be the folding of the upper material. Then we'll also move into the lining, attaching of the lining. But in this very segment, I don't want to take us too far. We'll not go further into the attaching of the lining for proper understanding and to have a good knowledge of what you're doing as you practice on how to assemble your upper component. In the next video, we'll look into the folding and also into the attaching of the lining, which should be the final part. Then we'll now go into the trimming, then lasting of our upper, but that will be in the next video. I hope you've gotten value in this very video, even as you learn in as you learn your shoe making. I hope you've gotten value. Don't forget to click on the like button as well as the subscription button to keep you updated if you've not done that. We're still in the business of shoemaking and we want you to have the best of the knowledge. Our brand is here to guide you through your footwear or shoemaking journey. I remain your aspiring footwear professor, Peter Shalom Gebe.